Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory, and in this episode, it's time to unlock our Tier 7 and Tier 8 milestones, and to do that, we gotta finish Phase 3 of our space elevator. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. Phase 3 of the space elevator. We need to have 2500 versatile framework. We need to have 500 modular engines and 100 adaptive control units. We have the versatile framework. That's already up there for us. That's not a problem. But the modular engines we're not making, and we're not making the adaptive control units. So we've got to have a look and see what it's going to take to be able to get those built. Let's start by throwing down a manufacturer, of which I can't, because what am I missing? I'm missing some plastic. I'm missing some motors to be able to do that. So let's quickly grab some of those supplies and throw down a manufacturer so we can see what's needed to be able to get those built. So there's a stack of plastic for us. Let us now, we got to go up to the 4th floor to be able to get our motors. Fortunately, it is getting a lot easier to get around here now with our blade runners. We can move along and jump a lot further. We can jump down from the floors easier without taking too much fall damage. But we're now looking to go grab some motors. One more floor. Here we are. It's all the way over on the far side here. So dodging around all of the equipment out into the rain. Here's our motors. And then we can throw down a manufacturer. I might even have room right here to put it down. So let us just throw it on the ground and have a look. So we are looking at the modular engines. Modular engines requires 2 motors, 15 rubber, and 2 smart plating. While we're making the smart plating, that's not an issue. We might be shy on the rubber and 2 motors. Okay, we are making all the motors we need, I believe. How many motors per minute? We're making 5 per minute right now, so we've got no issues with motors. In fact, I might actually clear this area out and add more flooring over here so we can permanently put this installation here. Rubber. We need to go see how much rubber we're making. I know I only have one of the refineries right now actively making rubber. And I can't remember exactly how much rubber that makes per minute with one of those. I don't think it's 15. I think it's less than 15, but we will check. It's this last one right here. We are we're making 20. So we're okay for the rubber too. So that's all right. So we could take a line of rubber from here, and then the smart plating, which I believe is on the 2nd floor. We're not pulling that for anything, so it's just sitting there. So we'll have everything we need to be able to get that done. So let us get that manufacturing line in place, and I'll do a little bit of reorganizing up there and get all of those materials up top to make our modular engines. Okay, we have our assembler down here. I did open up a little bit more real estate up here by putting down some more foundations. We are bringing our motors from our motor production line straight into the manufacturer. I brought the smart plating up from a couple of floors down. That feeds straight into here. And then we have a slow crawl of rubber that's supposed to be coming along here. But it's got a long ways to travel, so we're basically kind of waiting for it to... It looks like it's just hitting the elevator now, so it should be coming out of here fairly quick. I'm hoping any time now. If we look at the edge of this elevator, we should start seeing... There it is. It's starting to climb its way up the elevator. It will feed along this conveyor system and in here to make our modular engines. Now, this only makes 1 modular engine per minute. It's going to take a long time for that to build up. We could maybe speed this up. I could probably overclock this a little bit until we get to 20 rubber per minute, but it's not really going to gain us enough. It's just going to consume that much more electricity. So we'll just probably AFK here overnight, and I'll let this build up so that it gets an opportunity to manufacture all those for us. So that is coming along. Here comes the rubber. It should fire up and start making those at any moment. Now, how many of them did we say we needed again? I want to say we needed like 500 of those. So that's like 500 minutes of waiting for that to build. Let's have a look here. Yeah, we need 500 of them. That's going to take some time. So then the other line that we could look at maybe making is our adaptive control units, which looks like it's going to take, it looks like it's heavy modular frames, it looks like computers, it looks like circuit boards, and that automated wiring. So that is another assembler line that we're going to put, but I think I'm going to build it. It's going to be close to where the computers and the circuit boards are here, because that's where 2 of the feeds are going to be coming from. So I guess we can kind of start building that, and I'm just going to double check to make sure that we are manufacturing everything we need for that. Okay, I now have the manufacturer down here that is going to look after making our adaptive control units. So looking at this, we have our automated wire being fed in at 7.5 per minute. We have the circuit boards coming in at 5 per minute, heavy modular frames coming in at 1 per minute, and computers 1 per minute. So what are we manufacturing at this end? Computers, we are actually making 2.5 per minute, so we're a little overflow on that. Circuit boards, we're actually making 30 per minute total. 25 are being consumed by the computer system, which means the rest are going over to our adaptive control units. Heavy modular frames, we are currently making 2 per minute. We're consuming 1 per minute. So we have a little bit of an excess of 1 per minute coming off of our manufacturers over there. And the adaptive control, the automated wiring, we require 7.5. The only thing I didn't double check on was how much of that are we actually making. I don't know how much we're making. That's maybe a concern. Let's have a look here. This is our manufacturing line for it. We are making 2.5. Okay, so we need to step up our production for our automated wiring. We are not making near enough to be able to support what is needed over there. Don't really have a lot of room here to expand it. I think we just have this one manufacturer that's working. And it's using 50 cable per minute. Okay, now I gotta look and see, okay, are we making enough cable? Because what all is being used for cable over here? This is consuming cable. I think that's the only thing over here. So that's 50 per minute that's going here. Let's leap on over now and check. We have a line that is shot down this way for making our computers. So that's using, our total is 72.5. So how much are we actually making? Now we got to run over to our copper manufacturing line and double check that we're making enough cable, which is all being fed over to these 4 constructors. So we are making 30, 60, we're making 120. So I have enough that I could make 1 more automated wiring line, but that's still going to be a little bit shy on our production for our automated wiring. for now, it's going to have to kind of do. I'm going to have to look here and see. I'm going to have to bring in another copper feed that's making cabling, because we're outgrowing what our cable concerns are. I got stuck in the wall. It's starting to get a little bit cramped around here. I've got conveyors running everywhere for all of this. Our little starter base is starting to become quite the maze, so it's not being fun to walk around here. So this is going to be a concern. We're not making near enough automated wiring. Now, I do have some backlog of it. I have a full chest here. But that still doesn't help the fact that we're not going to be making enough for what we need. So we need to ramp up our cable and stators. So we're making 2.5. Let's see. This requires 2.5. How many stators are we making right now? We are making 15 stators. Okay, so that comes down this way. So that means 2.5 are going into here. And another 5 is here, 7.5. We're making 15. So we have another 7.5 available to us. Okay, that's not a big deal, because basically I want to triple this production. Is that going to be enough? Yeah, I need to triple. I need to add 2 more assemblers. So I need another 5. So we're making enough stators to step this up. We're just not making enough cable. So we might have to kind of branch out this way, make some more room over here, kind of move some things around to make this work the way we want it to. But it's doable. I think I have a plan. So now I need to make sure we're making enough of the automated wiring, I need to go find another copper node and double up our cable production. Alright, to be able to make more copper cabling, I did a quick little scan, and over by our coal production, we have another copper node down there. So I can turn that copper node into just making cable for us, and then feed it along with our coal. Well, we'll find some way to get it over here. I know at some point we're going to need some rails and stuff, but we'll find some way to be able to transport that back this way. I guess I could feed it up that way and then run conveyor systems along there and bring it up and back through. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, that's the node we're going to work with, is that one right there, to add in some more copper cabling. Okay, so we have more copper production working. We've got a Mark II miner here running 120 items per minute into 4 smelters that are making our ingots. The ingots are combining to come over to these 8 constructors that are here that are making our copper wire. That copper wire is being fed into these 4 additional constructors that are making our copper cabling. And then this copper cabling is shooting up back to our base so that we can use it for our automated wiring. We also end up pulling a little bit off over at our quartz, but I'll show you that here in a little bit. Okay, so our copper cabling that comes up along here, and we are feeding it into these 3 assemblers. These 3 assemblers combined with stators are what's making our automated wiring. So then we get 7.5 per minute automated wiring running back along this conveyor. We did remove the old conveyor system because the old assembler was sitting right here. We removed that, and now it has its own feed that is running down here. I removed the copper feed that was coming from our other copper plant over there. So the copper cabling that we were pulling from our first copper production plant, it's not coming over here anymore. Because the cabling is just coming up from that new node that's down here by the coal power. Which you could just see kind of off the distance right there. That's where that new copper cabling production is done. Alright, let's go follow the automated wiring. Automated wiring now is coming down here at a good solid rate of 7.5 per minute to be able to make our adaptive control units. Of course, we did top this up a little bit, so we've got a little tiny bit of a buffer here. But this should be producing everything we need to be able to make 1 adaptive control unit per minute. I think I can gather up some of the stuff. So I need 2,500 of the versatile frames, 500 modular engines, and 100 of the adaptive control units. I'm going to go gather up and see what we've got to see what we could actually start turning in here. Okay, we got up here to our versatile framework. We need 2,500 of these. Well, that's 100, 200, 300, 400. Oh, man, I'm not even close. I'm not even close. We're going to have to fill that container a couple of times. I'm going to have to do a few trips back and forth here to be able to pick all this stuff up. That's kind of sucky. And, of course, I didn't give myself much of a walkway around here to be able to get around. Well, we can start at least transporting this stuff down and getting it loaded. I should probably run a conveyor down here to do this. That would probably be easier, but that's 600 of them that we've loaded right into there. And that was like half that container up there. So we got a long ways to go. I'm going to have to just let my plant run to be able to get this stuff built up. Because, yeah, I got to go double check. We'll go check the adaptive control units right now. We need 100 of those. And we just finished the manufacturer for that by getting those automated wiring down here. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Ah, okay, that hurt. Well, now I got the long run back to be able to get back up to our base. So, before I rudely fell to my doom there, this is where we're at. Oh, you know what? I have enough of the adaptive control units. I think I only needed 100 of them. So that's good news. We are one step closer there with finishing phase 3 of our space elevator. So let's throw in these bad boys. Okay, 100 of those are in. Next will be the modular engines. I have my close on the modular engines. What did I say we need? We need 500 modular engines. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. 50, 100. We've got 209. Alrighty then. We are making 1 per minute of those. We've got some waiting to do there. Another 250 minutes worth of waiting. Yeah, I'm going to have to just let this system run overnight so that I can get everything. I might as well grab some more of our versatile frames here. We can load up on those bad boys and take them down. At least get us a little bit closer, but yeah, I got to let things run here for a bit, and when I come back, I'm going to go have a sleep. When I come back, everything will be loaded up. Nothing should have failed. Everything should work seamlessly because we've got our awesome sinks put in where we need them. So, yeah, then we'll be able to get this wrapped up. So, of course, with the magic of editing, it's only been a matter of seconds where it's been overnight for me. Now, we're actually going to finish up our phase 3 space elevator. I should have enough of everything to be able to do this. So, first things first, I have loaded in all of the versatile framework. Now I need to go get the rest of the modular engines, which are up there, of which I do have a jetpack now, but you know what? Jetpacks vertically suck. They really don't do a great job. When we get the hover pack later on, I prefer the hover pack over the jetpack. The nice thing about the jetpack, though, is if you do end up taking a dive off of a mountainside, you can use it for a safe landing and not take any damage. That's the only real benefit to the jetpack. I'm not a fan, so. Anyhow, we are over here. For these bad boys, I think I only needed like 300 more of them or something like that. So that should be good to go. So this is where the jetpack's useful, because we just get a nice easy landing here now. So perfect. Okay. Modular engines getting loaded in. They're done. Load it. Seal it. And send it. We have completed phase 3 of the space elevator. It's going to get launched off into the distance here. Later, there it goes. sending off our materials, our products that we've built to FICSIT Inc. for them to do whatever they wish to do with it. So phase 3 complete. That opens up, look, tier 7 and tier 8. Bauxite. There's our aluminum manufacturing. That's going to be our tier 5 conveyors coming. We need aluminum to be able to do that. And you know what? We're making everything that needs to be able to get that unlocked. Yay for us. Logistics Mark 5. There's our Mark 5 conveyors. Hazmat suit. We're going to need that because we got to do nuclear at some point. Aeronautical engineering. This gets us the drones. It gets us batteries. The supercomputer. The director assembly system. That's for phase 4 of the space elevator. So sulfuric acid. Scanner update for being able to find sulfur. Well, we can already find sulfur, so that's kind of meh. Hover pack. That one's going to be amazing too. And guess what? We can do all of that. No, we're not. We can't make the. We're not making the alclad aluminum sheeting yet. We're close on this. That'll come once we get the bauxite refinement done. What does tier 8 get us? Tier 8 is our nuclear power. We need these for being able to finish our MAM research. We also need the magnetic field generator for our final dump into the space elevator. Advanced aluminum production. This gets us into our heat sinks and our cooling systems and our fused modular frames. It gets us the extractors for being able to get nitrogen, all that kind of fun stuff. Leading edge productions. This is getting our thermal propulsion rockets, our Mark III miners, which are going to be, I mean, we definitely need them. We've got to do some serious base upgrades. I will probably, like, that's going to be, like, right up there. Once we get the aluminum done and we can start making the fused modular frames, this is kind of going to be a priority so that we can get this Mark III miner done. Particle enrichment. This gets us into the particle accelerator and the nuclear waste recycling. Super important so that we don't end up with a big ball of nuclear waste kicking around here, making the planet completely uninhabitable. So, and then, of course, to top it all off, there will be phase 4 of the space elevator. We still don't know what this does. I know that I built it last time. My mega factory last time was to be able to make each one of these items at 100% efficiency, and it took a crap ton of equipment to be able to do that. Well, I'm not sure if that's going to be the goal again or not this time, but we're actually going to be building some individual separate factories so that we can make sure that we can get this filled up nice and quick. So that'll be coming up here in the near future. This here, it's going to take us a couple of episodes to blast through this stuff alone. Like the aluminum, like that's an episode in itself, doing aluminum production, because this is a process to build the aluminum. Anyhow, we have completed another episode. Reach down, hit that like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel. I would very much appreciate it, and feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you thought of this episode, what you're thinking so far of Update 6. At the time I've recorded this, Update 7 is going to be coming at some point this month. We are at the beginning of November. It's going to be a little bit later on. This episode will probably air before Update 7 comes up or shortly thereafter. So watch for that. Update 7 is not going to be massive changes. Coffee Stain is releasing some smaller updates as we move along. So there will not be a world reset when we go into Update 7. So with that said, guys, you have yourself a good one, and we will see you in the next episode. Peace out.